We acknowledge the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and their connections to land, sea, and community. We pay our respects to their elders past, present, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. A guy I slept with started barking like a dog at me while we were in doggy style. Oh! Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Red Hot the Pod. I have come into the studio today to give you guys another little life update, plus we have a fun segment at sort of like halfway through this episode of some hilarious dating stories that we had you guys write in, and I'm going to read them out, and I just am so looking forward to it. So to be completely honest with you guys, I have literally had the most hectic last couple of weeks. I think the last update that you guys got was when I was moving out. I wasn't sure where I was going. I was manifesting a move to Brisbane. So I moved out. I think, when was it? It must have been like just over a week ago, I think, and have been in complete limbo, to be honest, ever since. So my manifesting didn't really work with move to Brisbane, but it's for the best, I think, because I am going away in a couple of weeks and I didn't want to like move into a new place and pay rent for however, the period of time that I'm away and not be in the house. It doesn't really make sense. Plus it gives me an opportunity to save money if I was to put my stuff into mobile storage units, which I did. By the way, if you're moving, this is not an ad. If you're moving and you don't know where you're moving to, you kind of have that weird like in between of you're moving out on the 10th, but you can't move in until the 30th. Please look into using taxi boxes. Holy shit, you guys, they literally saved my life. Again, not an ad, but it is honestly the best service. So pretty much they're like mobile storage units. They get delivered on a truck. The guy with his little forklift gets off the truck, takes them off the truck, puts them in front of your unit, house, complex, whatever, wherever it is that you live. And you can choose to hire removalists through the company, and they come and pretty much just pack up all of your stuff as a normal removalist company would do into the taxi boxes, and then they take the taxi boxes away to like a depot. One of them, I think, on the Gold Coast here is in Ormo, which I'm not familiar with the area, but I think it's between Brisbane and Gold Coast. And then when you're ready to move, you just give them a week's notice and they come and bring the taxi boxes back to wherever you're moving to and then unload them like with the removalists. Absolutely fucking genius business idea. Off myself for not thinking of that. And they're literally like half the price or a third of the price of getting an actual storage unit like in a storage facility and a removalist company, because removalists, rightfully so, because fuck that job, are really expensive. Is that fair to say? I don't want to sound like a bitch, but I would fucking hate doing that job just quietly, along with many other jobs. Oh my God. Anyways, so did that. I've been couch hopping ever since between Mum's couch and Jet's. Well, I've not been sleeping on the couch at Jet's house, obviously. But yeah, I've had like 10 or so days of being in a bit of weird limbo. My shit is everywhere. I've got stuff at Jet's place, stuff at Mum's place, stuff in my warehouse at Chill, stuff at my Miami storage unit, like my personal storage unit. There's literally like I've got, my car, you guys should see my car. My car is like a home on wheels. I'm not kidding. I've got like so much shit. It's like fully packed to the rafters in my little 2-door car. So yeah, it's kind of been a little bit crazy for the last few days, but anyways, hopefully everything will work out. With that said, where I will end up, I still am not sure. I know I mentioned in my last solo ep that obviously work-wise, the Gold Coast is where I kind of need to be. But I haven't, like I think I mentioned this as well in the last episode, I just feel like I haven't really been prioritizing like my mental, my physical health. And I mean, I do prioritize my relationship, obviously, but it's still technically classified as a long distance relationship, and we only really get to see each other once a week, which is fine. But I would like to, if I want things to progress, I understand that we obviously need to live together, and then things will hopefully just like naturally progress. So I am considering a move to the Sunshine Coast, which is craziness. I never thought that I would say that, but I think I need to, I know that work is important. Obviously it's important, and the podcast is important to me, and chill is obviously important to me, but I would need to come back every 2 weeks or 10 days anyway, which I kind of have been traveling like to the Sunshine Coast and back every 10 weeks, 10 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks anyway, for the last almost 2 years, obviously, given that Jet lives up there. So I don't feel like it's going to feel too like hectic for me because I'm so used to it. But I would need to come back to record the pod, to see mum, to make sure that everything's going like smoothly with chill. Obviously give mum a hand in the warehouse. She is currently we're calling her the warehouse manager, bless. So she's got quite a crucial role in the business. I've just hired a new girl, a new marketing girl, which is really exciting. She's fantastic. So there's kind of a lot of change, shift in the energy and everything that's sort of happening in my work life at the moment, which is, it's both exciting and nerve-wracking. I just want to make sure that as much as I am now gonna, or hopefully moving forward, prioritize my mental health, my physical health, and my relationship, that nothing else slips, because that's typically what tends to happen when I start to prioritize those things. Oh, well, in the past it has anyway. I know I've mentioned on here before that if I live with a boyfriend, then I tend to just do everything for them and make their lives so much easier and just sort of neglect everything else in my own life. But I don't know, maybe that was just something that I was doing when I was younger in relationships. I definitely didn't have as much responsibility in my business life as I do now back then. So I think my priorities, they're going to be different, I think, moving forward. So yeah, who knows where I will end up, but I am strongly considering a move up north. My mother is not stoked about it, guys. I'm not going to lie. She's not stoked, because obviously she loves Jet, but you guys know how close her and I are. She actually said the other day, she's like, she didn't say this directly to me, but she talks to all of the girls at our hair salon. And then obviously when I go in there, they're like, oh my God, your mum was in here the other day and she said X, Y, and Z. I'm like, that bitch. She is literally going in there and just blurting out everything that she thinks and feels, which, like, bless, obviously she's just like, she's just like my best friend. But she's like, I'll understand if she moves up there for 6 months, but if she goes up there to have babies, I'll be so fucking pissed off. I was like, you are crazy, lady. But I understand that's like, she's literally so looking forward to that phase of her life. So I totally get it. And I have said to Jet, like, when that time in our relationship comes, I would ideally like to live closer to my mum, because I've heard that apparently it's very helpful to have your mum close by when you have kids for everything. So, and my mum's amazing and she's so helpful with like everything in my life. So I can only imagine how hands-on and helpful she's going to be when she's got little grandbabies to look after. So that is the partial living update. Another update that I had for you guys, which, I mean, it's not an alarming one, but I think it was kind of when I moved out of my house in Brisbane on James Street. When was that? That was like end of 2022, I think. I know that was sort of when everything kind of started to go tits up, like with work and everything. stress wise, but I've started to feel these like really random sharp pains on my left side, like sort of just like up, not like, I mean, I guess it kind of is in my boob, but sort of just like on my, what's those bones?
The collarbones.
Fuck. No, like is it your that cover your lungs? Like, is this your rib cage?
Yeah,
like
your rib cage, yeah.
Okay, so like upper rib cage, sort of, kind of between, yeah, like your collarbone and like your nipple, I guess. So like sort of in that area. I was feeling these like really hectic, sharp pains, but they were like, it wasn't, if I was to put my, like, try and feel where the pain was, I couldn't directly put my finger on where I was feeling it. It was sort of felt like it was like deep in wherever in there, kind of. Anyway, I sort of thought it was just from stress. So I went to the doctor back then, and she's like, oh, it would just be muscular, like, you know, it'll just be inflammation. You just should take turmeric tablets. I'm like, okay. So I did that. And then, to be honest, it's kind of not gone away. I realize this sounds ridiculous because this was like literally 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I think. And I've still kind of been experiencing this weird pain there. And lately it's gone from one side, and now I'm having it on the other side as well. So anyway, I had a family, like a family friend close to me and Jet's family as well. She's recently been diagnosed with breast cancer. So that, obviously, like, I know it's such a common thing to have, like, women are diagnosed every day with breast cancer, but obviously when it's someone close to you, it kind of makes you go, fuck, like, do I need to, and I mean, I'm only 20, fuck, I was going to say 25. I'm not, I'm 26 now. I'm only 26, but I feel like I've been hearing a lot more stories of women younger than 30 being diagnosed with breast cancer. And I know that the doctors say that you're not meant to get a referral to get a mammogram until you're like over 40 or over 50 or something ridiculous like that. I don't know why that is the case. But anyway, I went to the doctor recently because it started to just feel a little bit more intense. And obviously, since getting the finding out that our family friend, she's recently been diagnosed, I'm like, fuck, okay, maybe I don't know, but I would rather just be safe than sorry, obviously, because she actually had no symptoms. She didn't feel a lump. Hers was growing with the sort of shape of her rib cage, like sort of in a straight line as opposed to a round lump. She also had a really strong family history of breast cancer, as do I. So all of these things are going off in my head. I'm like, okay, fuck, I probably need to be prioritizing. See what I mean? Like, about not prioritizing my physical health. Like, this is all shit that I've just kind of put aside because I've been so hectically focused on building, like, just being busy and trying to keep business alive and, you know, everything like that. So anyway, I went to my doctor a couple of weeks ago and I told him that I wasn't sure why I was getting these pains. Oh, and another thing that started happening was over a week, it was about 2 weeks ago, when I was at Jet's place, my armpits, both of my armpits were so sore, like the glands, and I know that there's lymph nodes in your armpits. They were like literally so sore to the point where I couldn't even put my arms like above my head. Normally I sleep, it's weird, but I sleep with my arms above my head. I don't know why. And I couldn't sleep with my arms up because the pain was so excruciating from my lymph nodes being really inflamed. So anyway, that was sort of the catalyst for me being like, okay, fuck, I need to go to the doctor because I don't know what's going on here. And recently as in probably about 3 months ago, I've stopped using not natural deodorant. I've switched to a natural deodorant, which I'm loving. But I know that that's like, it's important to use natural deodorant, especially for women, because that's where your lymph nodes are. And that can obviously, I don't know. That's just what I have been told. Guys, I'm not a fucking doctor, okay? I'm just literally, this is just what I have read in the most unmedical way of trying to explain things. I literally don't fucking know, but this is just what I think in my brain. So went to the doctor. I told him I was having these weird pains in my armpits, and I've been having this sort of weird, tight kind of like it comes and goes, this feeling in my chest on one. It started on my left side and now it's on my left and my right side. So he straight away, I asked him if it would be possible to get a referral to get a mammogram. And he said it's dangerous to get it's dangerous to do mammograms on young people because of the breast, something about, was it something breast tissue? Can't remember. I should probably fucking know that, but I can't remember what he said. Like, anyway, it was like, it's not apparently safe to do on young people, which I think is absurd. Anyway, he referred me to get an ultrasound on my boobs. So I went to the same day I went and got a ultrasound, which was the most fucking awkward thing ever. It just was, I can't lie. Like, I'm just like literally laying there in a gown, and this poor man, I mean, he would do it. It's his job. So I'm sure he's seen plenty of boobs, but I'm just like, oh, it's so awkward. So I'm like just laying on the bed, tits out, and this bloke's just like, it's like full, like, you know, what you would see if you're getting a ultrasound when you're having a baby, with the gel and the tool, and he's just like looking blah, blah, blah on the screen, having a normal chat. Anyways, I haven't got the results back for that yet, but I do have an appointment to like with my doctor to go over the results. From what the man at the ultrasound place said, he said everything does look pretty normal, but pretty normal to me, I'm like, okay, that's not that's not giving me the reassurance that I need to continue on with life as if everything is fine. So I have booked in to go back and go through the results with my doctor next week. So I will keep you guys posted. I mean, I feel normal as in just like normally energy depleted. That's pretty standard. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm fine, but I just wanted to speak about that today, because if you are a woman listening to this and you have a routine mammogram that you haven't booked in yet, hopefully this is going to be your reminder to book that in. Also make sure that you know how to feel for potential lumps on yourself. I know that you can just Google like how you need to look for lumps on yourself. I get super paranoid about that, and apparently the best time to like self-examine yourself is just after your period. So yes, hopefully this is going to just be a little PSA to book in a mammogram if you haven't yet. Also, don't forget to book in your pap smears, ladies. Very important if you're over 25. I actually started getting them when I was like first sexually active. So I don't know why that has all of a sudden changed to you need to be 25 and then you only have to get them every 5 years. That's kind of weird. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. That is my rant on my health update. As far as my like new diet and everything's going really, really well. I'm 7 weeks in. The only thing that I haven't implemented is the exercise, because I've honestly just recently started feeling like I've got the energy to do anything. I was, as I mentioned, majorly fucking depleted in just about every major vitamin and mineral that there is. So since starting my supplements and obviously just eating more food, I'm eating like twice, almost 3 times the amount of food that I was prior. And as I said in another episode, not because I didn't want to, it was just purely because I didn't have the time to eat. I was only eating when I had time to eat, and I was just jam-packing my days so full of shit that I literally was just like maybe having one little tiny meal a day, and that would be at dinner time, because I would wake up, work all day, and then I realize like, fuck, it's already 4 p.m. and I've not eaten anything all day. No wonder I've got a throbbing headache and I'm so depleted of energy. But anyways, we're out of that now. We're prioritizing our health, both physical and mental. And it's all looking good. We're on the upwards trajectory, guys, which we love to hear. Right. What else have I got for you guys? Okay, another thing that we've got coming up is Miss Emily Davies' baby shower. So exciting. She's getting so big. It's so fucking awesome. She's currently on holidays in New York City with one of her other friends, Izzy. They're having the absolute time of their life. She's shooting an epic campaign for another brand that she's doing a collaboration with, which is so cool. I wonder if you guys will, I'm not sure if you guys will know about that when this episode comes out, but make sure you keep an eye on her socials because it's so sick. And these photos are fucking awesome. She has just absolutely killed it. The way this chick literally has just slayed pregnancy so far, I'm like, my God, I manifest for myself that I will just be as healthy and glowing and stunning as she has been during this pregnancy. So we've got her baby shower in July. Everything is underway with the planning. Obviously, we know who we're talking about here, so everything needs to be perfect for her. There's a group of us that are sort of trying to organize everything for M. It's kind of hard for me, obviously, because I'm on the other side of the country. I'm trying to do as much as I can, but I'm not really super familiar with the places that you can hold events in Perth. I don't as much as I have been to Perth a fuckload of times in the last few years, I'm not super familiar with the restaurants and, all of the event planning companies and where we'll get flowers and balloons and cakes and all of that sort of thing. So we've got a little group chat going with a bunch of her other friends from Perth that are being fucking angels and sort of doing most of it whilst I'm just kind of putting in my 2 cents wherever I can and trying to help wherever I can. But I think we have a venue confirmed and we're just sort of trying to decide whether we're doing a sit down 2-course or 3-course situation. We can't do BYO because it's going to be at an actual licensed venue. So there's just so much that goes into it. And when you're doing it for someone who we just want it to be so perfect for her. But it is a lot of pressure, obviously, to just we just want her to walk in and go, oh my fucking God, this is exactly what I envisioned. This is exactly me. This is exactly what I wanted, obsessed. So yes, we're in the middle of planning that at the moment. If you guys have any tips, please send them through. I think we've got most things covered, but always open to more suggestions. If there's anyone actually listening to this that's from Perth that is a florist or does beautiful cakes and you guys want to get involved, please reach out because we are looking for the flowers. For me, if it was my baby shower, and I'm going to be such a biatch if Jet and I ever get married one day, the flowers for me, I'm so obsessed with flowers. They will be probably the most of the wedding budget, not gonna lie, which is scary because they just are alive for a day and then they die. But it's important to me, and I think it's also important to M to have beautiful flowers. So if you're a florist in Perth and you want to get around her baby shower, hit us up in the DMs because I would be so grateful to work with you. But yeah, so that's the update with that. The last little update that I had was that I went to the SZA concert, guys. It was off its head. She is honestly so fucking talented, so good live. The only thing that I didn't love was where we were sitting was sort of if I'm standing on the stage, we were left of the stage and up a little bit in I think it was the A reserve seating. I just did a burp. Hope you didn't hear that. Sorry. Really, really epic seats, but she was an hour and a half late. Cooper. I went with Cooper and his girlfriend Georgia. We got there. I was driving from the Sunshine Coast. They drove from the Goldie. Got there at 8 because it said she started at 8. Obviously, I was expecting maybe 8:15, 8:30 latest. She straight up walks out at 9:37, and I was so exhausted because I had a big day of work during the day that day. Obviously, the hour and a bit long drive to get from Sunshine Coast to Brisbane. And so in my head, I'm I've just I kind of couldn't really get in the zone because I was pissed off that she was an hour and a half late, and I was also pissed off that I had to do an hour drive back to where to go to sleep. I wasn't just going to my house in Brisbane because obviously I didn't live there anymore. So Anyway, she made up for it because her show was epic. I did leave like with, I think she had 3 songs to go, but we had the set list on my phone because I think someone posted it on TikTok or something, so I kind of knew what songs I was missing. She didn't play the one song that I wanted her to play, which I was a bit devo about, but other than that, her music, like her talent is just so incredible, and as a performer, she just fucking killed it. So yeah, that was that. That was a couple of days ago, still coming down from the high because it was so electric in the room. But yeah, guys, that's about it. That's my life update for you. Not really much else has been happening besides just the chaos of not fucking being fully settled anywhere, which has just been driving me absolutely bonkers. But that's something that we'll just obviously deal with over the next few weeks. Anyway, I think we're going to move into the funny dating stories segment of the app because I put it on my story asking if you guys had any funny dating stories. So many of you reached out, so thank you so much for getting involved. And there are just a few here that I had to share with you because I thought I had some bad ones, but these like completely take the cake. Caleb's listening.
What are your bad ones?
No. We don't have time.
We don't have time.
We don't have time for that.
Crazy. We actually do.
Do you know what? That's so weird because we don't actually have time for that today. No, I don't think I can. I think I would just much rather read out. Maybe we'll save it for another app. I'll do like a mental, I'll go back in my brain and just sort of filter through some of the really fucked ones and bring forward some of the more funny. Maybe I'll throw in a fucked one maybe here or there. We'll see how I'm feeling on the day. All right, so I'm just going to read some of these out because they're just this first one literally makes me want to cringe. I can't. I don't know what I would do if I was this person. Okay, first one is I'm scared. I hate it. I just can't. Okay. Oh, fuck. Any family, please look away and skip forward. Okay. A guy I slept with started barking like a dog at me while we were in doggy style. Oh! Oh no. What would you do? Who's doing that? What? Do you turn around and bark back? Yeah. Like, what do you do in that scenario? You stop. You would surely stop. I don't know how I would go on. That would just completely kill the vibe for me.
Do you reckon it was like a bark or a howl?
Oh my God, I can't. I'm like a howl. No. Fuck that. That would be it for me. Biggest ick. Turn off, get out, off into the car, off you go. No way. I could never. No. Oh, okay. Next, my boyfriend hooked up with my twin.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're a twin. Like, are we? Like,
was it intentional?
Was it? Yeah. Is it a kink or is it like an accident? Like, how identical?
There's not a lot of context to some of these.
Yeah. Are you an identical twin? Because if you are, then maybe that's not. I was going to say maybe it's not his fault, but like he should know that you're his girlfriend. Like you are the one.
Oh, you assume identical, otherwise.
Well,
it'd be less interesting.
Yeah, and he's just obviously looking to date someone else if he's hooking up with your twin and you're not identical. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, next one. First date. The guy made me get fucked, guys. I haven't read any of these yet, so I'm reading them for the first time. Oh, Caleb, no. Oh my God. The guy made me watch porn that he had made with another woman.
How goes the confidence?
What is he saying? Hey, babe, let's watch this. This will really turn you on. Imagine he actually gets it up and so like funny. She's not thinking it's him. She's just thinking he's going to get like Pornhub up or something.
Yeah. And
it's straight up off his camera roll. Out of his like hidden folder. Fuck that, babe, run. That ain't it. No way. Okay. Next one. I once dated a guy, it says in brackets he was 25, who would piss the bed every time. Every time he got drunk, I would literally wake up hungover and saturated in his piss. I actually, yeah, that's feral. The first boyfriend that I ever had, actually, he did that. He only did it, I think he did it twice, actually. He went out and got really drunk. I actually think he might have taken some sort of hallucinogenic drug on that night, which apparently makes you weaken your bladder.
Oh, right, okay.
I think. And same thing happened to me, actually. I woke up saturated in his piss in my bed. Yeah, it was worse because it was my fucking bed. Like, he didn't piss his own bed. He pissed my bed. So then I'm like, I realized I wake up halfway through the night. I'm like, fucking asshole, get him out of the bed, push him out of the bed, change the sheets. It's like 2 a.m. So yeah, been there, babe. Not ideal. I love that she wrote he was 25.
Yeah,
he wasn't a child.
Thank God.
Thanks for that. Yeah. Someone emailed this in. So let's go. It says, to put some background to it, my ex and I were together for about 2 years and he was very manipulative and just downright toxic. Wow. Been there, babe. The final straw that made me put this man in the bin, capital letters, was when someone told me he had cheated on me. Okay, good. I confronted him and he turns around and says, "Oh, but I swear I told you about that." Huh? Oh, what a great guy. Fuck,
Oh, no, I told you about it. It's
what
okay.
a top guy, man.
Right.
Oh, no.
Do you remember?
I told you about that, though.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Okay. She goes, as if you filthy dog. Anyway, that's literally what she wrote. Anyway, once I had my single error and started to see a new man, my ex had heard about it and surprise, surprise, came running back begging for another chance, saying he would change. Dream on, you flop. I know my worth these days. Fast forward 4 years, fucking hell, 4 years to when I found out through a friend of a friend that he had knocked up some chick 10 years older than him on a one-night stand and then decided to start dating her and propose a few weeks later. This brings us to a few weeks before his wedding. Keep in mind, it's been over 4 years of us not being together. I'm in a healthy, committed relationship with a guy I moved on with when he came running with the guy I moved on with when he came running back. I get a phone call from an unknown number. I answer and it's him. He begs me to see him because he has something really important to say, which I tell him to politely fuck off, and I've got no interest in what he has to say. Continuing on, guys. Within the next hour, I see headlights pull up. Oh my God, this is going to get hectic. Within the next hour, I see headlights pull up in my driveway, knowing it wouldn't be the man because he was at training, and my stomach sank. I go out the front to find my ex sitting in his car, window down, stinking of beer and saying he needs to speak to me. It's giving trauma. I told him no and to drive off before I call the police, and he begs me to hear him out. I said, "You've got 2 minutes and then you're gone." Considering I was shit scared of this man due to the abuse I got from him when we were together, he starts to beg for another chance, saying he can't go on with his wedding until he knows for sure it is 100% done between us and he isn't making the biggest mistake of his life. I told him he's got no fucking chance and to get off my driveway before I called the cops, or even worse, his soon-to-be wife, who was probably sitting at home with their daughter, bro. Thankfully, after realizing his drunken attempt at fucking up both of our lives, he was fucking up both of our lives was a dud. He drove off and I immediately rang my best friend for a good cry and checked he was blocked on absolutely everything. Safe to say I was clearly the one that got away, and his poor wife and daughter probably have no idea to this day. Watch out for these psychos, girly pops. Gnarly.
Do you know what a girly pop is?
Yeah, that's what I call my dogs.
Yeah, there you go. You know, my nickname as a child, I don't want to say this actually, never mind.
Say it now.
No, we'll go back to the story.
Say it now.
My parents used to call me Kaylee Pop.
Yep.
All
Guess
right.
what? That's
All right.
sticking. Kaylee Pop.
No.
Kaylee Pop.
No,
Kaylee
no,
Pop.
no.
Kaylee
No.
Pop.
Anyway,
Kaylee Pop.
that's wild.
Kaylee Pop. Do they do the at the end?
No.
Kaylee Pop.
No, they just.
I'm adding that in.
No, we
That's
don't
an
have
addition
to.
from me.
We could leave it actually.
Nah, it's staying. Okay, that is full on. I feel like shit. You know, it is full on, but I feel like stuff like that happens all the time.
Yeah, guys suck most of the time.
No shit.
Yeah.
They actually do, except you don't suck, Caleb.
Thank you.
And
That's very kind. And
Jet
Jet's
doesn't
great,
suck
yeah.
either.
That's
obviously.
it.
That's it. Yeah. And my dad and Jet's
Oh,
dad.
sorry. Yes.
And my granddad and Jet's granddad. Awesome. And my brother is actually pretty alright too. Fuck. Me going
Just need
for the
him.
grandparents
Yeah.
before I
Louis
say my
good
brother.
too. I like
oh,
Louis.
and Louis. He
Who
can
else have we had
stay.
on?
Yeah, fuck. I'm like, who else? Mitch Orwell, absolute
great.
legend.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I've got the last one here. This is honestly so fucking funny. Okay. I sent this to my best friend Kate, who we're going to actually get on the podcast next season, I think, because it is literally just hilarious. Okay. I won't name who sent it in, but she goes, went on a date with a guy who I matched with on Tinder. He rocked up in footy boots, footy shorts and thongs and smelt of BO.
Bro.
Got something to eat before our movie and he said... This part. He said that I looked like Thomas the Tank Engine. Not sure if he was referring to the actual train or the miniature guy.
The miniature guy.
The fucking train driver.
Oh, wait, no, you mean the fat?
Yeah, like the fat guy.
controller?
The fat guy. Oh my God. She said, I know, I can't. And then anyway, the rest of the story goes on. The rest of the story isn't that funny, but I'll like skip forward a little bit. She's like, I had to walk back in, tell him I had a family emergency, thanked him for the date, even though I hated it from the moment I saw him in person and gave him back his wallet because she said she was holding on to his wallet because he didn't have pockets. His wallet. Am I in the wrong, or does first impressions count on a first date? Worst date ever. I blocked him afterwards because he was a nice guy. However, the date was horrendous and I wasn't keen on being called Thomas the Tank Engine. Holy fuck. That is horrific. I honestly don't even have words. That is awful. That is so bad. Thomas the
I'm
Tank
trying
Engine.
to imagine what she looks like, but I don't want to say
I
anything.
reckon she's got like a really cute little round face.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Like
too.
a little
Maybe she got
baby
big
face.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably gorgeous.
She probably is, yeah.
Oh my God. Bless your heart. You don't look
That's
like
rough
Thomas
from
the
him.
Tank
Yeah.
Engine. Imagine saying that to a girl on a first date who raised you, bro. Oh, these boys. You know what the problem is? It's boys, not men.
Right, yep.
And I've been there.
Yep.
Once you make the switch and you realize that everyone that you've dated has been a boy, the switch to a man is, that'll change your life, chicks. Just saying. Put that on a fucking t-shirt. God. Right, guys, that's going to be it for the episode today. I hope that you enjoyed my chaotic life update and listening to some of your chaotic dating stories. I have very much enjoyed reading them out. They've given me a good laugh, and also Caleb as well. So thank you so much for listening. We will see you guys on the next episode. Say bye, Kaylee Pop.
All right.
Bye. Mwah.
This is a Poly Studios production.